good. I feel good. I'm happy to be here. Very lucky to do this. And sometimes, I like to pretend like my life is tough, but I have it pretty good. Like it could be worse. I could be living in a war-torn country, surrounded by starvation and poverty. Or that camera could have handed me my side chick while we were at that Coldplay concert, but I'm a lucky guy. Speaking of which, does anybody have it tougher than CEOs these days? I mean, they cannot catch a break. It's either you're getting caught cheating at a Coldplay concert or you're getting gunned down in the street by a heartthrob. These guys cannot buy a win. And I don't know who I feel worse for. The guy who got executed in broad daylight by Luigi Mangione and the whole world celebrated, or the guy who lost his family because he has shitty taste in music. It's a toss-up. That Coldplay guy's probably got to be thinking, fuck! Why didn't I bring her to that Imagine Dragons concert? Damn it. I have tattoos. Does anybody in here have a bad tattoo? You have a bad tattoo? Care to share?
Talk about it or joke?
Yeah, I'll go first. I have a San Francisco Giants tattoo on the back of my arm. Which wouldn't be a bad tattoo if I wasn't from Tucson, Arizona. I was like, I want people to ask me if I'm from the Bay Area for the rest of my life. And that's exactly what happened. People would come up to me. I got this tattoo when I was living in Arizona. And people would come up to me all the time and they'd be like, dude, are you from the Bay? And I would be like, dude, we grew up together. Do you not? You don't remember? But it happened so often. Please don't do what I did. I tried to fix my bad tattoo because it kept happening so often that people would come up to me and ask me if I was from the Bay Area, that I decided to get the state outline of Arizona tattooed around the SF. Yeah, you guys see that? Yeah. I know. But it worked. Now people don't ask me if I'm from the Bay Area. No, now people just assume that I'm a fucking idiot who doesn't know what San Francisco is. That's good. I also have a thought bubble on my crotch right here. Yeah, wish that wasn't true. And hear me out. I got it because I thought it would be cool if when I was getting a blowjob, I could look down and be like, oh look, she's thinking. Wonder what she's thinking. But now, unless I'm getting a blowjob, it just looks like my dick is about to send a text message. Literally. Not a lot of thought went in that thought bubble. But, let's see. A lot of people, they come on stage and they talk about trauma. It's a very popular thing. And I don't know if you guys can tell by how tall I'm not, but I've had a very traumatic life. I think the most traumatic thing that ever happened to me was I walked in on my parents having sex. Yeah, and I don't know what was worse. Seeing my parents having sex or waiting for them to leave my room. But either way, I was... It's like, no, you guys finish. I'll just sleep on the floor forever. It's fine. And my parents are divorced. Not because of that. No, they had problems. They had some problems. But they're doing well now. My mom actually just got remarried, and my dad just bought a convertible. Yeah, so they're both crushing it. They're both. My mom was like, I want to find love again, and my dad was like, I want to get laid again. I want that. But my parents, they got divorced at a very weird time in my life. I had just moved out of the house, and that's when they started going to couples therapy, and that's when they started separating. And that's a weird time. Your parents get divorced, like right as you enter adulthood. Because you believe one thing your whole entire life and then it gets flipped on its head. It's sort of like a plot twist. And that's exactly what it felt like. It felt like the first time I watched The Sixth Sense. You guys know the film, right? You get to the end, you find out Bruce Willis was dead, and that's why the kid's been seeing ghosts. Yeah, because I finished childhood, and then my parents are like, oh, by the way, our marriage has been dead this entire time. And I was like, oh, is that why I've been seeing Dad sleeping on the couch? All right. I want to tell you guys some of my favorite jokes, but they're a little bit dark. Is that okay?
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to give you guys the choice, though. So I can talk about three things. I can talk about the Pope, I can talk about Girl Scout cookies, or I can play fuck, marry, kill. And before you answer that, just know, 2 of those jokes are about pedophiles. Okay, so again, we got the Pope, we got Girl Scout cookies, and we got fuck, marry, kill. The floor is yours.
Fuck, marry, kill.
Fuck, marry, kill? Great choice. That is my favorite pedophile joke. Do you guys think that pedophiles sit around and talk about sex the way the rest of us do? You think they ever play fuck, marry, kill? Just 2 guys sitting 150 feet away from a playground going, all right, Timmy, Sarah, and Eli, fuck, marry, kill, go. Well, I'd fuck them all because they're kids. That's the end of the joke. Thank you guys.